After 2 years of promises, they gave my promotion to the worst person on the team. So I left and let them sink. I've been working at this marketing company as a graphic designer for about 3 or 4 years. When I first joined, our team was tiny, just 3 of us, including my team lead, who was an absolute legend. I learned so much from him. We tackled huge projects and had late nights filled with brainstorming, and it felt good knowing I was contributing to something meaningful. As we grew, I quickly became the go-to person on the team. I was training every new hire, leading projects, running presentations, and even setting up workshops to share design strategies. I was handling responsibilities that went beyond my role, thinking it would eventually lead to a promotion. Then, my team lead left and all those responsibilities just got dumped on me. We didn't get a replacement for over a year. I saw it as an opportunity to show that I was ready for a senior role. When my annual review rolled around, my manager was all, "You're on track. Just keep it up, and a promotion will be in your future." I kept working late, juggling more projects, and giving everything I had. But then, I found out that the company had decided to promote someone else, a newer hire, Jane. She had this social media influencer persona. Bubbly, loud, always talking about her brand and her followers. To be clear, Jane had barely been on our team for a year. Her Instagram and TikTok were full of day in the life of a designer posts, featuring fancy coffee, aesthetic office selfies, and captions about #hustle life. But her work ethic was questionable at best. She'd hand off half-finished projects to me saying, "I'm just so busy with my followers. Can you finish this up?" And she wasn't kidding. She had a decent following online. Her content was all about her corporate journey, but she spent more time curating her social feed than doing actual design work. I'd often find her snapping selfies or posting stories about her busy day while I was fixing her mistakes. But somehow, management loved her. She'd sweet-talk them, constantly dropping numbers about her social engagement and how much attention her personal brand brought to the company. They ate it up. When she was promoted to senior designer, I couldn't believe it. Jane didn't understand the basics of our workflows, didn't know how to work with stakeholders, and barely managed her own projects without help. Meanwhile, I was the one doing the heavy lifting. After that, Jane's behavior got even worse. She strutted around the office like she was some kind of creative visionary, setting team guidelines that she barely followed herself. She'd go on about brand alignment and design synergy, which she probably picked up from one of her own TikToks, but most of us couldn't see the value in it. Stakeholders started requesting me for projects instead of her, saying she was unprofessional or just impossible to work with. Then, we finally got a new team lead. I thought, finally, someone who might see through this. I put together a portfolio of everything I'd been handling: projects, trainings, client feedback, the whole package. I walked him through everything, and he was genuinely impressed. He told me I was an asset to the team and that my contributions were obvious. I started to feel hopeful, but of course that didn't last. Jane took on a high-profile project and completely bombed it. Somehow, her mess ended up affecting me too, since I had to step in and fix it. When she realized I had corrected her work, she stormed into the office and confronted me. She actually yelled, saying I'd embarrassed her in front of the client. I kept my cool and explained that I was just following the guidelines that she'd ignored. Our team lead intervened and admitted I was right, but he seemed too intimidated by her to really call her out. After all, she had influence. She could drag him on social media if she wanted to. Then my next annual review came up, and I still had a shred of hope that they'd recognize my work. Instead, my team lead gave me an average rating and told me to be more visible in the office like Jane. He literally said I should emulate her social presence to grow my personal brand. I couldn't believe it. I was the one holding everything together, training everyone, cleaning up her mistakes, and he wanted me to be more like her? I looked him straight in the eye and told him that if he thought she was senior material, he could let her do the work. I was done picking up the slack. He started backtracking, saying they could consider a promotion for me in 6 months instead of a year, but it was too late. 2 weeks later, I accepted a better offer from a company that appreciated my skills. When I handed in my resignation, my manager looked like he'd seen a ghost. He asked me, "What can we do to keep you?" I didn't hold back. I told him I'd given this company everything and had been treated like I was invisible. The best part? Once I decided to leave, I wasn't about to spend my last 2 weeks doing senior tasks. No more training, no more saving her half-baked projects, no more documenting the systems I'd built. About 60% of our processes were things I'd set up myself, and I knew they'd be in chaos once I left. The manager must have realized it too, because he kept coming to my desk, asking me to just write down a few guidelines. Every time, I'd remind him that he'd chosen not to promote me, so my expertise wasn't his to ask for. On my last day, as I handed him my badge, I felt like I was finally free. Jane may still be posting corporate hustle selfies, but I don't have to pretend to respect it anymore. And now, I'm at a job where my work is actually appreciated. Looking back, I hope my old manager learned a lesson. Maybe he'll realize what happens when you ignore someone's loyalty and hard work in favor of a social media persona. If not, well, it's not my problem anymore.